The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Voiced Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
All right. We right back at y'all. Look, we right back. We might have to mess around and go weekly or something.
I was about to tell you that. I was like, it's either we go weekly or if we do extra episodes, it's for the Patreon.
Yeah, because look, it's too much going on, and y'all really be out here. Like we literally like, man, we want to do a show. Y'all really acting up out here.
Bump it up.
Man, before we even jump into it, I want to give a rest in peace to Richard Roundtree, man. Shaft.
Yeah.
He was a hero for a lot of us. The first black superhero on film is this man. I mean, he also played Kim on Different World's dad. He was on a couple other different things, but he literally was Shaft. The Shaft big hit. Shaft Takes Africa. The Shaft redo. The Shaft second redo with Jesse. The little young dude? Jesse? Is it Jesse Martin?
No, you're talking about Trevor Jackson.
No, the Trevor Jackson is not. And that one is Jesse T. Martin or something.
No, Trevor Jackson totally played Shaft.
No, he did not. I'm willing to put money on that. On that new Shaft.
Because there's, there was a Shaft that came out like a couple years ago.
That's the one I'm talking about.
No, baby, that's Trevor Jackson.
No, it's not. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay. It's Jesse T. Usher.
Well, then Trevor Jackson must have been in it. I swear.
No, he was the Superfly.
Oh, I knew it was something. Listen, and you're not even saying that. Why didn't you just say you know that Superfly, right?
No, I was just making sure. I was
like the one where the song is Freddie's Dead. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. See, okay. So why did you just say that? And I kept saying that. He was like, no, it's not. And then you immediately, not today, Satan. Not today.
But rest in peace to the brother Richard Roundtree, man. You were a big hero for a lot of people, a lot of things that, especially us as blackness and what it meant to be a strong black man in film. So, man, rest in peace to you. All right, let's get into it. British.
Before we get into the mess, I appreciate you and your growth because you watched the latest episode of Whiskey Sour.
Yeah. Okay. Yo, we can go there. Let's go there.
And I just commend you. And so all we're trying to do, and I want the world to know, like, our watchers, our listeners, the latest episode is called I Got You Pegged. We don't literally talk about pegging.
Right. I was turned off originally from the actual title. And I had to go back.
I'm on the name of my guests that were on the show. They're Sex Cast. That's the name of their show. So we simply titled, that's why I titled it that. But we have a healthy conversation about diving into sexuality. So I encourage everybody to go take a listen.
What was the brother's name from their show? I know. What's the name of their show again? Their show.
It's called I Got You Pegged. Right. So there's a couple, and then there's their friend Des, who is queer.
Right.
And so
he's wild. He's wild.
He's hilarious because it gets worse offline. It gets way worse.
Oh wow.
So
I was clutching my pearls.
Yes. So we had such a healthy dialogue regarding sexuality, which is interesting because I guess we should just start off this week's episode talking about Dwight Howard and everything.
Oh, then that's great segue. All right.
Yeah, circling back to Dwight Howard, a few months ago, we had a conversation with y'all about Dwight Howard being outed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe I mentioned that has been an ongoing conversation for some years.
Yes.
Regarding Dwight Howard and his kinks. And we don't kink shame over here. You do what you want.
No. Whatever you like, I love. I mean, I don't love it. I mean, you love it.
I love it for you, but you love it for you. Like we got it. Yeah.
I mean, just like the brother said on your cast, like you may say you into something, but are you? And you say you down for whatever. Are you really down for whatever? And I was like. I realized I've been
we all have our boundaries and certain things that we're not for, and then you think you're open for certain stuff until it's presented to you. So I get it. I respect it. I get it. But what's interesting about the whole thing is it's like we're not focusing on this issue at hand. So for those who might not have seen the last episode and may not be privy to what's happening right now in the sports world is Dwight Howard has yet again been the center of attention in the conversation because this guy, he slid in this guy's like DMs or text messages or whatever and wanted to hook up with him again. He was being super flirty, like, oh, I want you to bring it back to me and things like that. No problem. That's and so once the young guy got there, and this guy said this several months ago as well, that once he got there, it was a threesome situation where it was like a trans woman or someone dressed in drag, whatever. And they did not want to partake in the festivities and wanted to leave, and Dwight Howard assaulted them. This is yet again the center of...
Now pause with that. I thought the person basically they were claiming they basically were straight, and they found, or was that no? That's that story? So that story was wrong though, because the way I read originally was he came there and he found he thought it was going to be them two and another woman, but then it was a trans woman that came out.
Yeah,
that's not the story.
I don't think that's the story. I think the story. I think the story is that this person came there, thought that they was just gonna kick it.
Them two,
and then there was extras.
Okay, because I thought it was a thing.
I'm with Al and Funky Dineva on that. Like I sent you a clip.
Yeah.
I'm with them on that. Like I feel like that's what it was, because and you're not into it, and that might not be, and that could not be your kink, like, and that's cool. But I think as people are making jokes about Dwight Howard and what Dwight Howard, because I'm the same way. You ain't straight and you ain't gay, you a bi, and that's cool. This is why we need to have healthy dialogues when it comes to sexuality, because sexuality is definitely a spectrum.
I think people clown Dwight Howard because he's a weirdo. I think that's why they clown him.
Is he? My bigger concerns are, are you taking care of your kids? You got a kid that's
not doing that though, but he's not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. And then you have a kid, him and Royce's kid has been caught up in situations where it seems like it's sexual assault things happening there with that young man.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's a whole nother conversation, which leads me to this conversation. Everybody can crack their jokes. Everybody can do these different things. I hate the fact that if this did happen, I hate that this is how we had to find out about it. Like he could.
Yeah, nobody should be outed like that.
Yeah, nobody should be outed. But also, you should not be sexually assaulting people.
Right. And also, I think it's people don't like Dwight Howard because he is, and I don't mean a weirdo of the aspect of, oh, you do things weirdly and you like to dress like this, you do like that. I think people just think that he is just weird, like the real world of weird, not being different, but just weird. Yeah, like you don't make sense. You don't move. It's like it's the strange. You're strange. Maybe not weird, strange. There we go.
I was going to always say corny. He always gave me a little corny.
Okay, like, you know what? There we go. That is, you got it.
That's what it is. It's like he like
that is it. You got the word for me.
Yeah,
it's corny.
Yeah, that's what it is. He always gave me kind of cornball, kind of similar to how people you would talk about Chris Bosh. Like he's kind of square like. You know, I'm gonna say that corny.
There you go. That's a good one. There you go.
Yeah. And so I think at the end of the day, people, we have to have an honest conversation because we also know that there are not everybody in the league ain't straight. The young brother that came out, his name is on the tip of my tongue. Is his last name Collins? The brother that came out like
you talking about the twin? Yeah, you talking about he's got a twin.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot the Collins twins because one of them is straight, one of them is
and so that's not the only person that's gay. So we have to, and it still sucks that in 2020,
Jason Collins.
Yes, it sucks that we still live in this world where sexuality and all that stuff is taboo. Like we crack jokes, like people don't feel safe enough and comfortable enough to be completely honest with themselves. Because that was the conversation that came up on the podcast as well, where the guy that hit on my homeboy, you know, turns out the guy's married, and so he's like, "Wait, whoa, how you move?" And you get off on cheating on your wife, and he's like, "We got a whole policy of don't ask, don't tell." I don't like that.
So his wife, I'm assuming, knows that he's bisexual.
Maybe he bisexual.
Or she's saying like, don't ask, don't tell in general about any extracurricular activities.
That's the rule between it. So and that's cool. That's cool. But I'm like, if the guys are on prep, so as long as you're being safe, I'm like, okay, I can respect that. But it's also
the guys, your friends on prep.
The guy that's cheating on the wife. So not my friend. So like that's what I'm saying. This is who you are. Are you really?
Oh, hold on, stop and pause. Hold on.
It was a lot.
Yeah, hold on. I thought he was like when he said prep. I thought he said like he preparing. I didn't realize it was prep.
No, not preparing to enter the
commercial, the drug prep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so that puts a completely different spin on co-work. See, like you could be gay or straight on prep, right?
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter. But I'm like, I don't think how he was telling Des. I don't think that this person is being honest with his partner, his wife. That's all. We didn't feel like that. So, and ultimately Des didn't link up with him, but you know, like people, you just have to be, like I said, I feel like you just need to be real about what you're doing. And I think with Dwight Howard, it is the conversation just goes back to how we view athletes and how they're supposed to be and what we think their world is supposed to be, and people don't understand that. Like, it's so many women out here. Well, okay, that's true. It's so many women out here, and so many of us are single, and everybody don't like women.
Yeah.
In this case, we like men and women. Why is that your business? I think that's the thing, and what I can respect about the video that Dwight put out was like, why does it matter who I'm texting? Why you care who I'm in my bed with? Why you care what I'm doing?
Yeah, but the assault thing is the thing that
the assault thing is the problem here. If that did happen, you know, I'm not, but I feel like part of it too. My question is this.
I think he needs to be smarter too, though. If he's so mad about people being in his business, why is he just straight DMing regular people on different
something platforms? About an NDA here where apparently he wanted the boy to sign an NDA and the boy didn't want to either, by the way.
No, but I'm not even, why am I sending you messages, period, like that? If I don't have none of this, didn't we talk about the NDAs before? Like, where is the NDA?
All the time. Okay, here's my other question. And this is me trying to understand. Why are people so quick to go file a lawsuit as opposed to going to the cops?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I could be a devil's advocate and say that people don't believe that the justice system, the actual justice system, gives people justice. I'm not saying that's what they do, but I'm just saying I can see how someone like, well, I mean, ain't nobody gonna believe me anyway. I might as well try. It's a lower threshold of, you know, of provability if I go this route.
Yeah. Okay. Because like even if we settle, I might not get what I want. I was looking at it from that standpoint. I might not get what I want monetary wise, but I could potentially get something.
Right, and I can put out there, and at least it's known what I went through and my truth.
Yeah. Okay. I just was trying to understand.
Because I mean, I don't think that I don't know if I agree with that. I'm just telling you, I'm just looking at it from the other side.
Because I know if it was me, I'm doing both.
Yeah.
I'm doing both.
And I'm putting a lawsuit in on Mars too. I'm putting a lawsuit anywhere, any country, planet, anywhere I could put a lawsuit at. I'm putting a lawsuit in. Period. Yeah. And if it's my daughter, you're dead. That's how it goes. Like you're dead. Like that's you're not even. You're dead. That's not even. I'm the one that's locked up. Like at that point.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand because I was like, okay, if it were me, I'm definitely doing both.
Now, I'm going to play not devil's advocate, not conspiracy. I don't know. I need to come up with a new term for this. Promotacy.
Okay.
Could Dwight Howard not use this to go get some bread and like put himself up to a higher level? Like, all right, it's out here. Bam. I'm rocking rainbow flag jerseys, hooping randomly. I'm out here promoting prep. I'm out here. I'm just gonna go in.
Definitely was spinning. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go in. If I'm already out it, I might as well go all the way in and get this bread.
If he can prove that did not happen and this was consensual or whatever,
but he's already outed. So you might as well.
No. Okay.
Oh, you take it off the case first before you try to get the sponsorship deals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm saying he gets off on it.
And it has to be a certain kind of like overlap too, because like I could see him kind of it still be kind of controversial if he did it like right after, like let's say if this was dismissed or he settled. Because if you settle, that does not mean that you are innocent. That don't mean you're guilty. It's just like, you know what? Fine, I just want this to go away. So it would still have to be a kind of like a window of where it's like, okay, let's let the smoke clear and then you do that. And I would commend him if he really did do that, because I think that would change a lot of people's.
No, I wouldn't. Because he's corny. In the Dominican, he's corny.
He's in Tokyo. He's not in the NBA. So it's not like.
But people saying that the reason he didn't get a contract this year is because of all this drama, not just because of sexual assault, but also because he is potentially that he is gay or bisexual.
Well, if he could, okay. Well, here's the kicker on that. If he could have that, prove that.
I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
Maybe the way he would turn around and sue the NBA, if he could really prove that.
Yeah.
Because the NBA will be looking at a check. There's no way.
They could. And that's what I'm saying. He can get back in the NBA by just embracing it. I mean, like, you know what? I am. Y'all, why won't y'all sign me?
But it's not like, you know, like we said, it's not a bad thing. Like, that's just who you are. And what people have to understand, whether however you identify, right? That does not mean that I'm interested in you. I don't like you like that. Like, I need people to understand that that's not how it is. Just like how it works. If you like somebody and you're attracted to them, it don't mean that I'm gay. I like every gay man, or I'm a lesbian. I wanna lick every girl's cootie cat. You know what I mean?
No, there's dynamics within those relationships. People don't know. I'll never forget my girlfriend back in the 2000s. Her coworker was a gay man, and we used to hang out with him, kick it. Super cool dude. And he was the first time I ever, this is like 2007, 2008. He was like, I was like, oh, I'm ignorant. Like, oh, gay is on gay. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to introduce anybody gay. I'm like, oh, he gay. He's like, it don't work like that. He's like,
it's work the same way.
No. He said, one, I'm a bottom. So I can't. So he was like, oh, you introduced me to another bottom, assuming that that's not how it works. And I'm like, and it blew my mind. I didn't even know that. I just think gay is gay. It's not that. And then you start digging into an understanding and trying to be more conscious of understanding.
Yeah.
You understand it's different levels to different. It's like even heterosexual relationships. Yep. Of like, you just can't be like, oh, you black. This is like being out with somebody Caucasian, and they're like, oh, it's a black girl, go and holler at her. You'd be like, hold on, like, there's a lot of different things that go in between this, for that. And that's the same thing I learned with that.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, you keep introducing me to bottoms, D. You keep introducing me to bottoms. I'm a bottom. I was like, what's a bottom?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I literally said it, and then
listen. Power to the bottoms, because that's a lot of work.
Right, but no, my mind said, what's a bottom? But then the back of my mind was like, nigga, you know what a bottom is. And I was like, oh, my bad, I get it. It was like
it is power to the bottoms, because like the fact that a lot of them don't be eating that whole day.
Yeah.
Eating ice chips and all, no, like animals and douche, like all of that. And then if they date cancel on them, oh, they angry.
Oh,
because
I didn't do all this prep for tonight. I did
all this prep work and I ain't getting.
I didn't. I wouldn't even think about this.
You like hangry, like that's a thing.
Wow. So hold on. So for them, can we bring your brother, the brother that had on your show, on here?
Yeah, we can totally bring Daz on here.
Yeah, because I have a question of like, so like, how does like you meet somebody and want to get with them now type thing? Do you preemptively know if I'm going out, I'm gonna be straight?
Sometimes they know that, like, yo,
I'm letting you know.
Yeah, accident. They know. And maturity is knowing that that could potentially happen, and we got wipes by the bed, and we keep it moving. Like, I think that's maturity.
So the thing when they prepping, it's like, oh, I'm with this person. Like, this is like the night.
That's the night. That should be the night. We don't fuck out the night.
Yeah. Dwight Howard, be with your truth, but nobody cares either though. But you outed now, so you might as well get that bread.
and don't be out here sexually assaulting people.
Yes, that's the thing. That's true.
And like we said before, when we talked about Trey Songz, which we'll talk about him next week, people have the right to change their mind. People have the right to remove consent. That's sucky because you got excited. Go beat your meat and move on.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
And who wants somebody that's not into them for the sex?
Yeah.
I don't like charity pussy. Like, why are you like?
You ain't never take charity dick because you felt bad for somebody.
I've given charity dick, but that's different.
Given charity pussy, and I just be like, oh, I just
no, but it's different. But I don't want it. I don't want that.
Like, I was like,
were you acting like you were into it, or were you just like a fish, just giving?
I wasn't a fish. I definitely pretended a little bit, like.
No, but you know the difference. All our men listeners, you know when you getting charity pussy.
Y'all say y'all know, y'all.
No. I'm talking about when it's egregious. I ain't talking about when y'all putting on y'all Angela Bassett acting. I can't tell that. Great, I appreciate that. I don't want to know. Fine, I want to keep knowing that I think I'm doing what I do. I'm talking about where you just there and you like, and you got anytime you got to convince a girl, like you got to fucking have a whole court situation. Like, all right, well, I mean, just rub on it. Let me put the head in. Let me just pump 5 times. That's charity pussy. Just saying.
Okay.
You like, that was for the fellas. They understand. Every fella understands exactly what I was saying there. All right. Do we go home with the British thing, or you want to go to Cheesecake Factory?
Let's go to Cheesecake Factory. Let's have it.
Hey, I'm going to put in a clip here. The Cheesecake Factory girls thing. I'm not.
Hey guys, this is Alicia. It's been a while, but there have been quite a bit of things on my mind. I believe that many of you have seen the, now viral video about me choosing to reject the Cheesecake Factory because I wanted more from my date. I want to, let me say this. It's interesting to me that just how a moment in time, right, can shape how so many view you. And so I want to talk about, I'm trying to remember, bear with me guys, I wrote down some notes so I can remember everything I want to say. I watched the comments, the shares that you guys, the opinions that you guys had. And I have reflected on all of them, processed all of them that I was able to read. Many of you,
because I don't know if you saw her response thing. It's like 7 minutes, but she keeps on pausing. Like, you know how a motherfucker think that they smart, and like they'll be like, I'm gonna do it right now. So, you know, I was thinking about on the 5th. Check this out.
You know they tell you to do that in like in public speaking and speech and debate, because instead of saying like or whatever.
But this is on your fucking Instagram and your fucking car, motherfucker. This ain't sitting there.
Oh, like, you know they're supposed to do that. We're like we should be doing that when we speak to each other.
But let's get to look. I'm already. I only got it's 7 minutes on this goddamn IG. I try to keep our videos 2 minutes and some change. You need to cut to the chase.
Listen, what I tell you.
I think it's a lie, though. I think it's a lie. I think it's a skit. Period.
Okay, listen.
I don't know if you saw the other thing that I sent you, the one where they are like being interviewed by it looked like partly my character Akbar X's cousin, which I do. I sent him a DM like we need to connect with my character or whatever. He ain't responded yet to Akbar X though coming on this show.
Well, I'm gonna say initially when this clip surfaced about maybe 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a skit thing. I thought it was just these
still
people.
A skit thing.
Yeah, I still feel like this is performative. I don't feel like it is real. However, the list of places where you should not take.
Hold on, you want to pull them up? You want to pull them up?
Pull the list up. But I'm gonna say this. This goes back to the conversation, and I think we should have a conversation one day about the ins and outs and do's and do not of dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have this whole thing. I have a whole plan.
I've never had that issue at all, though, because I think I'm that fly. Maybe I think that I do what I got to do. I'm taking people random places. It depends on my moment. I'm just going here. You want to meet me up there? You want to come out? We kicking it. I never think about it like that.
Because you are a mature adult. There are certain conversations that we don't have.
That's what I'm saying. I've never had this thing of like
in my friend group or anything. So a lot of the things that we're seeing now, again, it all is performative, right? Y'all also, I feel like I low-key should be a matchmaker, but that's neither here nor there. We're gonna go back to that.
No, we're gonna get that money for you though. I already told you we gotta get that money for you.
So okay.
I got the list up too whenever you're ready.
Listen, like I told you, I said I'm gonna be like the dude that be standing out with the sign. And I'm gonna say, if she ain't gonna eat the brown bread, I will. Because Cheesecake Factory got good drinks.
Oh, the drinks are good in that mug.
If you get you a JW's lemonade, and here's the issue with Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is aggressive for a lot of people because there's so many options. So it confuses. So I think that's why people look at Cheesecake Factory like that. Now, I ain't going to tell Janelle's business. I feel like she might have told this on my podcast, though. But I remember back when she was like in grad school or whatever, she went on a date with some guy that she met. He took her to the Cheesecake Factory. Next thing you know, she getting a call from a random number. She picked up the phone. This nigga got a wife. The wife is asking my sister questions like, oh, I didn't know he was married. She was like, well, where y'all go to eat? She was like, oh, he just took me to the Cheesecake Factory. It was nothing. The Cheesecake Factory? He said he was going to take me to. So the Cheesecake Factory is a big deal for some people.
No, it was. It got overplayed, and I think it's some of their marketing. That's a whole other thing, though. But yeah, I think that's why.
Because let me tell you, like I said, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna get lit at Cheesecake,
and I'm gonna be loud up in there too. Because it ain't a nice spot. We can laugh and like really kick it and know each other. If I take you to Fleming's, I gotta be in there like, so is everything all right? I want to laugh and be like, oh shit, that's funny as fuck what you said, or blah blah blah.
Right. But that's the thing. I think there are some places, some of the places like the Applebee's thing. I don't have no Applebee's out here.
It's no.
I don't know where Applebee's is out here. I got a gift card to Chili's one year for Christmas from one of my family members. I was like, I don't even know where there's a fucking Chili's out here. So there's one on the way to LAX. I went to Chili's to wait for my sister. And I used that gift card.
You used to use your gift card.
Sure did. And I drank good and I ate real good.
And no, it was some good food. It was some decent food too, wasn't it?
It was decent. I went at a decent time, you know. But here's the thing. Here's the thing when we go back to talking about dating. Let me tell you one thing. When I went up in there, it was the niggas was in there. Kicking it, drinking. Kicking up, they probably met there after work because it was probably could have been central.
And it's a little happy hour, little joint, like you come up with
happy hour, exactly. So while y'all thinking like that, you could be potentially missing out on your husband. Now, I'm not saying don't take me to Mastro's or Ocean Prime for the butter cake.
But you can go there and hang out
because I will eat there too.
Oh, and we know you will, and you have.
But what I'm saying is, bitch, give me that brown bread.
I'm gonna run through the list, John.
Stop playing with people.
So they made this list, though. So the women made a list. So it goes Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, sports events. I have a lot of issues with that. Sports events.
As a woman, I have a lot of issues with that list. Because at a sporting event, let me tell you, I met a wealthy architect at a sporting event and dated him for a minute. Y'all niggas stop playing that hookah face because y'all know y'all addicted. You order hot wings with extra ranch at a hookah bar. I have no problem with a coffee date, honestly, even as a first date, because I'm trying to pick up the vibe and feel your energy anyway. So I'm okay with that. A movie, I would say, don't take me to the movies on a first date because I can't talk to you. I can't get to know you.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
And on a first date, you're not taking me to no family function anyway because that's just weird. Waffle House, if we went out somewhere, it was drunk, we had a long day and we kicked, take me to the Waffle House. Also, there are no Waffle Houses out here. So that means we have to settle for something like Denny's or IHOP because they open late, right? I don't think that's where somebody is trying to take you on a first date. Like y'all are really pushing the limit with that. Like, let's just be clear.
So I will send you this person on IG. I went out on a date, first date to IHOP, right?
Okay.
It was a breakfast.
Daryl?
I'm sorry?
How many years ago?
Before Xander was born.
Exactly.
Before, so we over 10 years ago.
Over 10 years ago. That's different. Listen.
But it was in the morning. No. This date was wild. No, this date was wild.
When you say the date is wild, like the actual date or the person?
No. She's a cool chick. You know what I'm saying? She's cool. She shows up with her 3/4 month-year-old son, though, in the bassinet, in the pumpkin seat.
Well, that's why her ass got taken to motherfucking.
I didn't know that, though.
Okay. Well, it worked out.
Right. So think about it, been in some super nice spot with my 29-year-old ass.
Here's the thing. Okay, so it's a tough conversation because, like, I've had this conversation, also another episode of the Whiskey Sour podcast, where I'm interviewing this guy, Andre, and I'm telling him, he's like, why he doesn't go certain places on a first date, because he feels like women a lot of times try to overindulge and will do too much. So I'm like, okay.
I've never had that experience. I've never had that experience.
I've never done that.
I've never had that experience though in my life.
I always try to eat as if I was paying for it. You know,
but the thing is, though, is like I already know your vibe before I'm taking you out to do this.
So that's the other thing that I told him. I said, that's on you because you didn't spend time kind of filling that person out and seeing where their head was and what was going on prior to you taking somebody to a place, like you said, like a Fleming's or a Mastro's. So that's on you. You didn't do your homework. So, and I'm not mad at him saying, oh, I would go like do something like rock climbing or whatever. Yeah, that's cool. If that's something like, if that person is like, I'm afraid of heights, you're not taking them rock climbing. Mm-hmm. So there's certain things that you're going to do or not do based on the conversation because you'll already be privy to information. You know, I had that conversation with my homeboy when it came to like dating out here. I said, he got stood up. So this one, he got stood up. It was somewhere in West Hollywood or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And the girl was like, they confirmed this date. I said, well, emergencies happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who you dealing with based on how y'all texting.
And just y'all interaction, y'all calling, y'all
on the phone, like people, you gotta pick up the phone and talk to people. Like that's cute to text. If somebody says that they don't want to talk on the phone, or I'm not big on talking on the phone, I'm like that when after I get to know you kind of. But for the most part, if you're somebody that I'm interested in, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. So you kind of can feel somebody out based on how you're navigating that conversation. Are you asking open-ended questions? You know, and so when he got stood up and she was like a no call, no show, you're mad, but I'm like, okay, so what was the conversation like prior? Like that's where my mind goes. Like, mm-hmm. Okay, so what was missed prior to going on this date, right? So I think everybody kind of has to do their due diligence and feel that person out. Everybody want to be cute and go eat 48 oysters and then eat mashed potatoes and some other stuff. I'm just thinking about mercury poisoning. Like,
as a brother that I am older, I got gray hairs. I know I'm not out here in this game like this. I'm gonna tell all y'all brothers. The great TLC told us and gave us the game. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Tell them, friend.
You stick to them. Like you think that, this Instagram chick that's bad is doing all that. You ain't got it, G. And look, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. Look, I'm a former promoter. I was doing my thing here. I knew even then, like, even though she trying to dig me because I'm this popular guy, I'm doing all this, I'm around these people. I know what it is. Mm-hmm. You can't get over you got to get over your ego. I'm like, I stick to the rivers at least I'm used to. Like, I'm gonna stay around here, or maybe I'll venture out a little bit, but I know. And then when I get burned, I gotta got slapped on the hand. You know what you was doing.
Yo, lane. I cannot express that enough. Know your role, who you are, and stay in your lane. And if you want to, people don't talk about enough when you work to acquire certain things, so you can kind of swerve into other lanes. You can take that exit.
Mm-hmm.
You on the toll
taking a risk.
Right? You take it's a risk. It is a risk, but nobody talks about a lot of the headaches because you want to subscribe to the superficialness that's out there.
And that's for women too, man. Like,
it's both ways. It is both ways, and I'm speaking to me.
You think this fly dude that's got I'm gonna say he got the G-Wagon fly dude looking like Tristan, not Tristan, what's my dude? Christian Keys. He look like Christian Keys. He got the G-Wagon. He's a lawyer, and you know what I'm saying, he's funny and all that. You think you are the one? You think oh, just be faithful to you. You that special.
It requires and people, because people want old school values so much, and this is for men and women, right? So women, I want something like, okay, but your granddaddy was taking care of home. This nigga that you messing with ain't showing you that, right? So it's like, but also it's like, okay, if your granddaddy, your parents, but they got a whole family, your grandpa got a whole family on the other side of town. Yeah, he was taking care of home, but your grandmama probably likely wanted to leave, but then they couldn't work. They really wasn't working like that. She got like 4 kids. So mm-hmm. it's like you gotta pick your poison. What are we doing?
No, Dom, I think a lot of motherfuckers be capped though too, Dom.
You think
I think there's only like men and women. There's only 10-20% of men and women that can just get away with doing what they want to do. Like the whole like.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you say you been talking about I ain't gonna do this, but we see your track record of who you've been kicking it with, G. Like that's your dude.
Listen.
I thought you was all about not going to Cheesecake Factory. You at Steak and Shake,
baby. Look, okay, so that's
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing. That's the problem. You got all of these rules and regulations, and your ass is gonna be at home.
Because I think it's a lie.
Because I don't even care that much. Like, it's some places, and like I said, y'all know my track record. And so also it's like, okay, I've never, if it was like, okay, what do you want to eat tonight? Or where do you want to go? Or what do you want to order? I don't always go, like, I'm like, oh, what am I feeling today? I start there and then it goes from there, right? If somebody puts something, it's never me that like leads like that. Now it depends on the day. Like, but for the most part, but also
some days I love Ruth Christo. Some days I be wanting some Applebee's pasta. Like, let me get that real quick.
But also, it's like, and this isn't even innovative, but it's just like, okay, so we could potentially spend all of this money going out. How come we can't just order Instacart or something and like make something together? Like, I think
they said also not at your home. They just also said you can't, on this list, they said not at your home.
I'm not trying to go to your home on the first date, but like at some point, but these, like, I feel like this is just in general, like women don't want it.
My whole thing is like, I've never thought about that. Like, if I was interested in a woman, I'd be like, hey, shit, I'm thinking about going to this rooftop bar, come through. If you're free, let's chop it up. I never thought about it of like a formal. I've never had like, I don't think I've ever had a formal first date for real. It's more like, yo, come through, or do you want to go get a drink and let's hang out and talk, like, and get to know each other, like, not like, yo, I'm finna.
Yeah, I think it just depends. Like, I feel like,
now I'll take you out to a nice meal, and I'll do that, and that's no problem. But I'm saying like a first date is more like, let's get to know each other, we hang out, let's chop it up.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so Daryl.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, Daryl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
Man. We say labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular nigga jobs. Don't forget that.
Because you're being more intentional than you were like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, I'm not. So we. I've never. No. And maybe in my 20s, yes, I had situations where it was like, okay, this was flaky or whatever. But I see motherfuckers in their mid 40s older than me talking that shit, and I'm like, no, gee,
they're
like,
alone. The people that are talking this. Okay, so that's my question. I'd be interested in hearing the conversations and the dialogues from the people that have been to these places that don't have a problem with it, and what's their relationships like? What are the roles and the dynamics? Because you didn't have a problem going there. So did you end up marrying somebody? What happened? I'd be interested in the adverse because we focus on
the extremes.
That wasn't my butt. That was the dog.
No, we focus on the extremes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so like we focus on, yes, like the negative extremes all the time. So I'm like, okay, so when are we going to hear about the wins? Like the people that I'm not seeing enough people in the comments, women or men in the comments talking about, well, I took my
they don't give a fuck.
They
don't give a fuck, Dom. That's the thing though.
That's the thing, but the conversation will be, I'm like, okay, there needs to be somebody, okay, so yeah, while you playing this list and you saying you want to get married and you want to do X, Y, Z, but you're worried about where somebody's taking you and you're not worried about their soul or their heart. Like, I just need somebody that is in a healthy relationship to shut it all down and shut them the fuck up one time.
They don't want it. They don't care about y'all. Period.
And when you say y'all,
not you, but I'm talking about y'all. Like even like it. Okay, let's take the Cheesecake Factory thing. Let's say it's real. Yo, she saw a mark and tried to get a mark. I saw that other second interview. That dude is a sucker, dude. I don't look, no disrespect to you, my brother, but you are a sucker. Ain't no way you gonna let her sit there.
Your words, so we can disrespect you just like she did.
Yeah, because he's sitting there, he correcting the dude about her name, the way her name is pronounced, and she ain't even kicking it with you. First of all, why am I doing an interview with her? Period.
It's all a scam. It's all joke.
That's what it's all acting. Why are we this is just horrible. It's just what it's wild.
Because look, okay, the cheesecake is one thing, but the Cheesecake Girl didn't create that list. That list that was created by somebody else. But just like I said, like we had the conversation about the 42 oysters. She had no interest in that guy. And he walked out on the bill. Hey, and I listen.
He was wrong, but he was right. It was a weird thing. Like but he was a sucker to even think it was all good. That all of a sudden, and I don't know if she's lying or exaggerating. She's like, he'd been in my she's like, he'd been texting me to himself for like how long? She said,
I forget.
But it was a certain time period where she's not replying. Yeah. And all of a sudden she pop up like, yeah, let's go here and let's go to my spot. I already know what it is. And then maybe that's my older age.
And I get it. Like okay, so yeah, maybe it was happy hour because like.
No, I'm talking about period that you want to hang out with me, period. I'm talking about now all of a sudden you just interacting with me and she said that he's been talking to himself in my text messages for a month or two. Oh no, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean,
let me eject myself out of this situation. I'm good. We good.
Unfortunately, just like if the cheesecake guy is real, there are some people that are just pressed. There are some people that are just pressed. And the messed up thing about the cheesecake situation too is it's like it's her fault because that cheesecake was
even late for the doggone original plans.
Where again, not knowing your value and your worth will have you sitting up there looking silly. Because their date time was scheduled. It wasn't like she was like, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It was like she was hours behind.
An hour and 15 minutes behind. She didn't come out to the car. She didn't come out to the car till an hour and 15 later. He was sitting in front of the crib for an hour and some change. An hour and some change?
There's no way.
That's why it's not real. That's why it's not real.
It's because there's no way.
And even in general, even if you are late and you getting dressed, you at least be like, fuck it, I'm late. Come on up or whatever until I get ready to sit on the couch. Let me fix you a drink or something. Until you were sitting in your car for hours some change.
Ain't no way.
That's why it's fake.
Yep.
And if you let this happen for real to you, you get everything you will happen to you.
No empathy, because it's no way. It's no way.
All right. British Williams, St. Louis's own, locked up 4 years of 15 felony counts.
4 years. She'll do like
3 and some change. 3 and.
She ain't gonna do that. She'll probably do half.
You gotta do 80% in the Fed though. Fed time is longer time than state time. Fed time's easier time, but Fed time's longer time. If that makes sense.
Okay.
State time is harder, but less time. You can get your parole and be like 50% of your time. But Fed time, they gonna get 80 out of you.
They might. If she.
No, 80 is the minimum for Fed time. You can't even talk about period getting parole unless you did 80% of your time in Fed period. That's across the board.
I feel like she'll probably get out a little earlier. Like I see what you're. I can see that. And so for everybody listening, if you don't watch Basketball Wives or anything like that, if you don't subscribe, British Williams was on Basketball Wives, and she was as well as a radio personality briefly in St. Louis, because the moment that she pled guilty, she did say that they fired her. So they've been looking for a third co-host for a while. Maybe I should submit my resume. I ain't trying to move back home.
Too late. It's too late now.
They found somebody.
They already doing the contest now. They do. They might have announced, like they've been doing the last, like end of September through all early October. They were auditioning different people and everything.
Okay. Well, I'll send Jordan a message. Anyway, so I think that the sucky part is this. This is where we go back, keeping up with the Joneses, allowing social media to narrate and navigate who you are as a person. Because now there's a child involved. And so, now you're going to be, away from your kid for this extended period of time when you could have just been righteous and doing the right thing. I know that's easier said than done. Because, baby, the way I be wanting to scam. Listen, every time I do
hold on. I'm trying to look up everything you talking about. I'm trying to
every time a nigga do a sit-up or a squat, I be like lipo, BBL.
Oh.
Okay, like fat transfer. I was like, oh my God, I'm sweating.
Like I'm almost there.
So I think that's the sucky part about all of this is that you got a kid that's involved and she's not gonna see her mama every day like she used to, because you clearly have your baby all the time. So like wonder what that looks like. I'm more so worried about her child and her child's mental state. Now that she's been sentenced to these 4 years. But like, can we just talk about her homegirl that was trying to
trying to fight the dog on her? And he was far away. He was far away. He wasn't like the dude.
What was you running up on? Like, he did not invade your privacy, your space or anything like that. All you had to do was keep it moving. I'm like, niggas.
I mean, I know you told me some stuff and everything, and whatnot. Yeah. When I told you this stuff or whatnot, we not that type of podcast at all.
Yeah, we don't.
Hey man, don't be trying to keep up. Don't be trying to keep up with the Joneses, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it
at all. Just where there's a will, there's a way. Figure that shit out, and it all work out. And
shout out to DJ Envy. We will be talking about you on Tuesday.
Oh, we sure will be talking about
you. You think we forgot?
I straight this whole time I thought Envy was like Latino or like mixed.
No, he's a regular black dude.
Yeah, I don't know no regular black dude that look like that, but
I do. I know a whole bunch of regular black
dudes. I just found out Angela Yee is like Asian,
Chinese and black. Chinese. Her dad is Chinese. Her mom is black.
Yeah, like her mom is also biracial. It seems like she's something else too.
Okay, but her dad's Chinese though.
Yeah, her dad is Chinese. I just found that out. I was like, oh wow. Next thing you know, Charlamagne gonna be Nigerian. So
Yo, okay.
That just came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry.
Shout out to Charlamagne, not you, Nigerian. Oh man, but I mean,
it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack there. But also,
I think it's so much stuff that's internal. Like I really don't like talking St. Louis stuff though, because I'm super protective of anything in the loop. Like that's how I feel about certain black top
space.
Yeah, like it's certain things that I'm not going to say because I protect the loop.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it, like I said, is like, when we first talked about this, I said, knowing what I know, somebody helped her.
Who's that person that helped her out?
Yeah, I was like, that's how I feel, and that's how I feel like she only got 4 years because somebody abated her with that. Like somebody
else out.
Yeah, it's somebody else. And I'm not saying she snitched, but I'm saying that I feel that because
they locked somebody else up, and that person, one of the people that she worked with was her.
Yeah, she got caught in the fault. Like so for somebody to get less time, they ratted her out. I'm telling you. I don't know. Maybe we can go and visit her and do an interview from prison.
Nah.
Okay. It was worth saying.
Shout out to you though, British. Hope you hold your head down. You know what I'm saying? Hope you get blessings coming back to your daughter. All that good stuff. Last up, I'm going to play this little artist called Lil RT music. Lil RT. Do y'all remember the rapper Little Mouse? If all our old Stroud Lowcast listeners remember him, this dude like 30 now probably. But I remember when we first started doing the podcast, it's around 2015. He was like 10 or 11 rapping about shooting people and everything in Chicago. Lil RT takes it to the next level. He's only 9.
Oh, he's 9. I thought how he was speaking.
He's 9 years old. He's younger than my daughter.
He needs to go to school because he can't even speak. Like his flow.
Hold up, let's come back in. All right. Little RT. Lil Mouse is talking about shooting people and doing his thing, but this dude talking about getting head. If she don't do it right, you got to kick her out. And his mom is promoting him on her Instagram. If you go on to Lil RT music on Instagram, promoting him.
Go ahead now. Any day now. If you want to start the rapture, we're waiting. Where's the trumpet?
Any day now, do you want to start the rapture? Hey man, you're a horrible parent, yo. I'm sorry.
You know, a lot of y'all like. I think I know that. Okay, we always talk about Black people not being a monolith, right? Because we're not. Well, yeah. I sometimes. So in this instance, yes, I'm going to say that I miss the day and age of where we educated our kids, because I feel like everybody at bare minimum.
I'm gonna give you an update. Lil Mouse. Lil Mouse was born in 1999. His first song came out in 2015. So he was 15, 16. So
So he is
This
now.
little dude 9.
So he's like 20.
He's 23 now. He's 24.
Yeah,
24.
23, yeah, because the girl that I met was born in 2000.
Yeah. But this little kid, not this dude, this child is 9.
So, like I said, based on his flow, I thought he was like 6. 6 or 7. I felt like, so there was nothing that felt, I'm thinking about when I was 9 years old and I went to Montessori school. I had the luxury of going to Montessori school. And just how we were as kids, like things that we taught.
Euclid.
Yeah, I went to Euclid. That's how I know, like Jaquan is a Montessorian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
A lot of us went there, right? And so I think about, like where all of us, so many kids are, going to school, and just in general, like, you have neighborhood friends, whatever, but all of us was in school. We were not trying to rap in elementary school or anything. Like, I don't remember anybody. Like, so once we got to middle school, okay, we were sitting at the, the lunchroom table, eating on the table or whatever, and well on to high school to a certain extent. But you don't want more for your kid. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying that, because Lil Bow Wow was rapping at 6. So I get it. But Lil Bow Wow was not rapping about this at 6. So it's one thing to nurture your children's crafts and things that they really want to do, because I am very pro, hey, if you want to do something, we about to figure it out. We gonna get it done. But you're talking about rapping, getting your dick sucked, killing, you got stacks of money in a video. That is fucking weird. That's almost as weird as, women that sleep with underage kids, like stuff like that.
Oh, just like the girl in the Miami teacher just got locked up for this week.
Yeah, like it's weird. It's grooming. Like, you are grooming your kid to be a nigga. Like, we are so much more than niggas. Like, niggas exist in certain selfish, niggerishly funny. Like, I'm not, and I be niggling. So, but I just don't understand. At 9 years old, he don't want to play. He don't like. So y'all want to teach him how to make beats, how to rap about things that are his experience. Because ain't nobody sucking on your little pee-pee at 9 years old, little boy.
And if it is, it's
not okay. That is, you should not be doing.
And you gotta think he's not writing his lyrics. That means that another adult is.
That's disgusting. That is so disgusting. And so, which leads me here. A lot of y'all are like that boy's mama, by the way, or the guy that's writing the lyrics for this little boy, because I'm tired of my people in education calling me and complaining about y'all badass kids. There's no way that a child should be biting a teacher, which makes the teacher have to go to urgent care to get a tetanus shot because you trifling. If I tell your kid to sit down, you don't get to talk to me in a demon voice and tell me what you're not gonna do. His name is Damien, by the way. And then
his name is Damien too?
Yes. And then you got this kid snuck, like my sister had a soda and she had it on her desk. Then she put it up on the counter because the little kid tried to come and drink it.
Mm-hmm.
He climbed up and got her drink.
Wow.
She said somebody threw a rock at her today. The other situation where the kid got bit, that was at my best friend's school in St. Louis. So y'all go nationwide, y'all are all not on our side. School is not.
A lot of y'all not good parents. And a lot of y'all not good parents, for the record.
Honestly, a lot of y'all are terrible parents, for the record. Everybody can't be y'all. Your cruel friends and like the cruel friends that I had. A lot of y'all are trashy ass parents. And if you feel a certain way, you turn this show off, that means that we struck a chord with you, and you should look in the mirror and reevaluate what's happening. School is for education, for your child to learn. People are falling behind. Like, there's no way with the amount of people in this country, y'all still having issues figuring out how to process simple math problems that Baller Alert posts, okay?
Oh, people are having problems with them?
People don't know, don't they? Because they forget PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It is bad out here. Y'all have to remember, the goal in life is to always leave people better than how we like found them, right? Like, that's when it comes to relationships. Think about that when it comes to your kids. Y'all are not ashamed no more. Y'all are not embarrassed. Y'all don't have family names and legacies to brag about where your kid cannot come up in somebody's face acting a goddamn fool. It was one point growing up, I could go somewhere and somebody would see my last name and they know who my father was. And I was like, God damn it. But I knew that I could not embarrass my father like that. I cared.
Because people know.
Mel's daughter was out there acting a damn fool.
Oh, really?
In the car, throwing rocks at window. You can't do that. These teachers are already thoroughly underpaid. And my best friend has kids whose parents work at the school. Where you have one teacher, that was like, oh, y'all was talking to my son. After the teacher getting their ass, she getting his ass. But the lunch lady, right? Like the lunch lady, her kid that's bad, the one that be doing that demon voice type shit. She was like, oh well, I mean, he's not in my care. Like that is for y'all. Yeah, he's in your care until such and such time. That's how a lot of y'all treat y'all kids, and it shows.
Yes, of like you basically just have that time away.
Yep. They are not babysitters. They are not. Your child should not be interrupted lessons with his raps talking about getting his dick sucked.
Dude, that thing is wild to me.
This is disgusting. Like, that is a kid. That kid ain't gonna end up nowhere. He gonna like, and I hate to say this, but with lyrics like that, you're gonna end up dead or you're gonna be a teenage father.
I mean, oh, he got multiple songs too. He got a part 2.
Oh God.
Hold on. So his mama, now she's promoting that he got taken down. You know what I'm saying? Like that he got everybody trying to
be restricted because this is clown work. This is clown
Lil
work.
RT taken down at 35K. Account management run by mom. Mr. 60 miles and running. Booking and management, Lil RT management at Gmail, managed by Matt GM and Matt GM management.
And I'm all for people trying to figure out, like, like the little girl Van Van. I thought that was also cute for a while, but also I feel like Van Van is being exploited. And I'll be like, okay, she just want to go to school and play with her little dolls, her LOL dolls, and sing her ABC.
All right, I got a cat. Oh, ooh. Both of the guys that's supposed to be his managers outside his mom are white guys.
So I got a big problem with that.
I just want both of their pages that's sitting there tagged on this page. Both of them are white individuals. Ooh.
I definitely got a problem with that. Exploitation. Like, but that's always how it's been. Like when we used to look at how the labels are and all of that stuff, just like when we talk exploiting people. This is just sad.
This is pissing me off now.
I'm
trying to figure out where he's from. That's what I want to know, where he's from.
But that's the thing. It's like, I don't even care where you're from because I don't care if he was from Morocco. The shit is still inappropriate. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh, dang. So I guess some other rapper, Doughboy, is the one that is exploiting him. I guess he wasn't white. He was just real light skinned. I'm sorry. One of them, the other guy, or maybe they are. I don't know. This dope man run. Oh, of course I'm doing that.
This is just disgusting. So can y'all do better as parents, y'all? Come on. Because, like, honestly, like, seriously, it just gets worse. It gets worse. We have a situation even out here where that made it to the news, where these teenagers and the homeless people too have been part of the problem. But at these apartments out in Long Beach, and they like literally sit like off the beach, like the boardwalk, all of that is right there. And these teenagers have been harassing the tenants at this like luxury apartment complex and hitting people with skateboards, you know, attacking the children at the pool, breaking into the parking lot, the parking structure, setting people's cars on fire. Somehow they got into the building and was trying to kick in a lady's door, and you can see this all happening like on her Ring camera. So I just don't understand, because if that woman was to shoot through the door, it would be, oh, Ray was such a good kid. But was he? Because the video said that he was trying to kick her door, and she said he also hit her with a skateboard. So, and I'm like, it's just getting worse. And so I think we're at the point where, you know, and it sucks to be like this or to say things like this off the heels of another mass shooting, because it's like our 300th this year. Mm-hmm. But we really have to do something about gun control. Like, we have to figure out something, and we have to figure out how to, because like, where are y'all parents? What are y'all doing?
It ain't gonna happen. It's the genie's not the Pandora's box is open. You can't close this at this point. It's just too much. I don't even know how we fix it, to be honest.
I don't know. Heal the world, make it a better place. That's it.
Man, with Dom, we are out of here. We jumped in with another. We back on Tuesday with some more.
We're back on Tuesday.
Yes. Make sure y'all hit up Dom. Dom working at you up at. Check out the episode with You Got Me Pegged, right?
I got you pegged.
I got you pegged. Okay. I got you pegged on Whiskey Sour, St. Andrews on there. All this stuff is in the comment section, everything. Not comment section, in the description box.
We know. You gotta run. It's okay.
Yeah. So but now we will see y'all soon, yo. Peace.